quiet on set.
After a long week cashing, you're just in the mood for crashing. Go get that 2-minute minor for slashing and come on down to the Sin Bin, your number one location for hockey information. With Matt.
I saw a fucking Chinese kid review a toy that looks like a dildo, and he gets $10 million over it.
And Jake.
It's just what you do at your time. Some people do mediocre podcasts, and some people fucking shit on football fields.
So lock your wife in the closet, grab a room temperature beer, put your hand halfway down your boxer briefs, and blast your stereo for the greatest hockey show! This is the Sin Bin! Take it away, Matt!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you on this beautiful Friday evening? My name is Matt, and you guys have made a great decision because you have decided to click on the Sin Bin podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about hockey. We talk about pretty much any wacky things that's going on in the world of NHL, and God knows there's been a lot of wacky things going on. So get your beer, as the intro says, get a popcorn, get some food, and get ready to hang out with the Sin Bin podcast. And my OBS is just going insane, but that doesn't matter. I am here with Jake Link, the legendary Jake Link, my friend, and we're going to be talking about hockey. How are you, Jake?
I'm doing good. A little bit of bumps in the road, technical difficulties, but...
Yeah, no problem. We got it all solved.
And
we're ready to go.
Okay, yeah.
Now, you guys, you may have seen on the bottom of the screen there, you can join us via Gmail at thesinbin1996@gmail.com, or if you guys want to call in, I know I made a very controversial video, yesterday. If you want to call in, talk about that, we can have a little debate going. You can use the Skype username, thesinbin, or follow me on Twitter at thesinbin1996@gmail.com. So, as Jake alluded to, a little bit of technical difficulties. That's okay. We got through it. But do you know what's the reason why we encountered these technical difficulties?
Yeah. You briefly were talking about it, and I kind of want to know what it was. Tell everybody why we were experiencing these technical difficulties.
So, we're experiencing these technical difficulties because we're basically streaming off my computer. Jake is joining me via Skype. And yesterday, I decided that I wanted to download one of my favorite video games of all time. That's Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on PC. And I know that might sound dumb. It might sound like a girl video game. But the thing is, when I was young, my parents didn't let me have a PlayStation. My parents didn't let me have a Nintendo. My parents didn't let me have a Sega Genesis, whatever it's called. They said, Matt, you should do math. You should go play piano. No video games for you. They would only allow PC games for some reason. And one Christmas, I got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And that's all I played. And for 10 years, that's the only video game I played. And now I was sitting down and I was thinking of those days playing that video game. And I was getting an intense nostalgia feeling. And I wanted to relive that childhood. But unfortunately, these fucking computers, you can't put CDs in them. So I tried to download it illegally, got a virus, none of my apps were opening. I pretty much had to do a factory reset. I was working hours to get to this point, but that's okay, because we are here and we got a full menu. Jake, what do you think of that story?
I think, sorry, I'm actually adjusting my gain right now because Talking Habs just said Jake is too much of an echo. So I'm just trying to adjust the gain right now, just to.
No, you don't touch anything because I just.
No, that's not on me then.
Yeah, no, I think you're good.
but
Talking Habs, you can confirm it, but I think I just fixed it. Yeah. As I said, I had to do a reset, so Jake's microphone settings went back to the original. But apart from that, I think we should be good to go, right, Jake?
yeah, I think so. But yeah, leave it to you downloading an illegal game, and now you let the whole world know, and now you're gonna go to jail, and you're gonna have to be in an immigration center because you're not an American citizen, and you're in America, and they're gonna make you go south of the border, and they're probably gonna think you're Mexican or some South American country.
Type of Pakistani, yeah. But
No, they're not. They're just gonna look at you and go, "Man, let's just say he's a pale Mexican," and they're just gonna put you in. You're like, no, you don't understand. I'm from French Canada. It's like, yeah, whatever. There, Carlos.
Yeah.
Or Mateo. Yeah, and they're gonna call you Mateo, and then you're like, no, you don't understand. I go, and then they're gonna be like, whoa, this one speaks good English, and then they're gonna be like, come on, you could go to Venezuela. And then you're gonna have to be stuck there.
We're getting our geography lesson here with Jake.
Yeah.
Well, Talking Habs, if you can just confirm if the stream is clear.
He did.
If,
Talking has deport him.
Yeah,
Yes,
deport him
right.
back. Deport him back. Yeah.
Build that wall after Matt gets on the other side.
Yeah. Build that wall. Speaking about getting into legal issues, I think this leads into our first topic discussion, and guys, it's a doozy. It involves Kuznetsov. Did you see the thumbnail I made for this video? Yeah. Yeah. It took a long while to do that, but it was worth it. It's basically Kuznetsov with a pile of cocaine on his head. So in case you guys haven't heard, though, the IIHF, that's the International Hockey Federation. I don't know what the other I stands for. They've suspended forward Evgeny Kuznetsov for 4 years under Section 6A of the World Anti-Doping Code 2019 Prohibited Substance List after he tested positive for cocaine. Kuznetsov was provisionally suspended on June 13th, and his suspension will be lifted on June 12th, 2023. Mr. Kuznetsov has also agreed to an in-person meeting with Commissioner Gary Bettman to discuss his situation and review his conduct prior to the start of training camp. I got a lot more information. Kuznetsov commented on the thing. He said, recently, the IIHF notified me that due to a positive test for a banned substance, I would be suspended from international competition for 4 years. I have made the decision to accept this penalty. Representing my country has always been so close to my heart and something I take so much pride in. Not being able to put that sweater on for 4 years is very hard to take. Yada, yada, yada. I want to apologize. Yada, yada. Now, this is pretty ironic because, as you guys may recall, a few months ago, I made a video and Kuznetsov said this quote, "I have never used drugs and I am not going to get involved in this. If you have questions, I am ready to undergo a medical examination at any time." Good Lord, that quote has not aged well. Holy crap.
Yeah,
that's
it did not age well. That is, I wonder if anyone else has ever brought that up to him. It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Really?
Jesus. You know what? If you like your country, if you don't want to get suspended, don't do cocaine. Pure and simple.
You know what, though? Hey, pure cocaine. You know what, though? It is Russia, and it's Russia, and Russia's always been in with doping. But I mean, it's never cocaine. It's always like performance enhancing. The cocaine could be a performance enhancing drug. But I said, whoa, Kuznetsov, he's been here. It's 3 a.m. and all he's doing is just shooting pucks at the net. Wow, this guy's a real workhorse. Yeah. Even though he has the white pony actually helping him.
Yeah, Talking Habs in the chat. There's also Scotty2 Hockey, my 2 favorite YouTubers, possibly. He says, loves this cover photo. Haha. Congrats on your channel growth, bud. Hey, thanks a lot, buddy. Congrats on your channel growth. But yeah, for Kuznetsov, it's pretty...
Kuznetsov.
Yeah, Kuznetsov. Well, they call him the bird. I guess now he's the snowbird. For Kuznetsov, it's pretty much not much to discuss. I mean, he got a suspension, pure and simple. The test doesn't lie, although there might be a possibility for a false positive. But
I mean, there was in Major League Baseball there was something similar, but the guy ended up testing like insane like amount of drugs, but apparently they didn't get the drugs to the right place at the right time, and it was like due to a hole. He didn't. It was Ryan Braun,
yeah,
and they didn't get it, so he actually had everything appealed, but he got tested again, and he tested like off the charts, like for like steroids and stuff.
yeah, and there you go. And I don't know about what is it, baseball you're talking about?
Yeah,
I don't know about baseball, but in hockey, it doesn't get
baseball
this.
is very strict.
Yeah, and I'll get to hockey, but I feel like this is a problem not a lot of people talk about. The players, there's a lot of them who do coke. There was Ryan Malone who got caught. Jared Stoll recently got caught. And now
Kevin Stevens, if I remember, when he played for the Rangers.
Oh, Kevin Stevens. Yeah, there you go.
I remember Theo Fleury.
Yeah, yeah. Doing research for the Kuznetsov when the topic first arose, I found that it was really a problem in the NHL, and I read somewhere, people might want to fact check me on this, but the NHL isn't as strict as the IIHF when it comes to cocaine because they don't view it as a performance enhancing drug, and they will only suspend you if you are using a performance enhancing drug. So since they don't consider it that, I think you just go to rehab or something like that, and there's not really any suspension. I might be wrong, but as of now, the NHL didn't declare any suspension on Kuznetsov. Anything to add on that?
No. I mean, yeah, he got busted. There's probably going to be something. They're going to probably have to make an example of him. He'll probably have to go to meetings and all that, and but it's like Russia always has the problems with the anti-doping policies, and they're always like they technically were not allowed to compete as Russia in the Olympics, if you remember. They had to compete as the athletes of the USSR or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they were like when they won the gold medals for no, they were the Olympic athletes of Russia.
Yeah.
So when they won the gold medals, like they didn't fly like the Russian flag. It was just the Olympic flag.
Mm-hmm.
And so technically Russia does not have an Olympic medal. We know players from Russia have an Olympic medal, but like no, it doesn't go towards Russia's medal count.
Yeah, and like for Kuznetsov. We're ending up on this because we're spending a little bit too much time. For Kuznetsov, I know a lot of people were saying when that video, like that first video came out of him next to a pile of cocaine, they were like, hey, he said he wasn't doing any. Like, case closed. I'm like, bruh, of course he's going to deny it. Like, admitting to doing cocaine, that will put you in intense hot water. So, this just confirms it. He's done it. He had it in his urine. He had in his blood or whatever, and now he's going to pay the consequence. I know those Russians, they love representing their country.
They do. They sure do.
You remember Ovechkin that year where the NHL wasn't going to the Olympics? He was like basically boycotting them, saying till like the last minute that he was going to go anyway. If they suspend me, they'll suspend me. But yeah, they love representing their country.
See, I mean, here's the there's the double-edged sword. I liked that the Olympics weren't all NHL stars. I feel like because when you're in Canada, hockey is pretty much a 24/7 thing.
Yeah.
Here in the States, it's not.
No.
It's all football and baseball right now.
Okay.
So we really don't get to see the young players like from that, there's a few older players still, like I think it was Brian Giunta.
Yeah, but they're not all young. Like, I'd much rather see Crosby play with McDavid and Tavares than see Rene Bourque play with Steven Giunta.
Yeah, but yeah, no, and I get that, but it's like there's something to be said about these young players, and it just really goes to show, like, how is this talent pool?
Yeah.
And when time tells, you know.
Why do you
Like, come
keep
on.
getting fatter? Sorry, your webcam keeps
Well,
getting fatter. I have
well,
to move.
I had Taco Bell, and what as I say, who are you, my conscience?
Go finish up on this before we go to the next thing.
Yeah, no, I just noticed that. Why do you keep getting fatter?
Yeah.
It's a glandular problem.
Yeah.
No, it I forgot what the.
That's
Oh
that's
yeah,
fine. That's
Olympic
fine.
amateur Olympic athletes. So yeah, I like seeing, like, the young kids. You know, we had probably one of the most prolific moments in American Olympic history with a bunch of kids. You know, with the 1980 Olympic team
Right.
taking on the Soviets,
Right. Right.
and we beat them. You know, and
Yeah.
it's the miracle on ice.
I have
We
the
beat them.
I have the Eruzione jersey.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I
Are
own
you
it.
allowed to? Are you allowed to wear
Yeah,
American
sure.
jersey?
Sure. Actually,
I
I
haven't
have
seen.
more American jerseys than Canadian jerseys, and that's true.
I actually have a Martin Brodeur Team Canada jersey.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes
Yes,
the player is so good, you don't care which country he's from.
I know. I know. One of my friends, he's like, I don't care how good the player is. I don't care if he's your favorite player. You should never ever wear another country's
Yeah. Well,
jersey.
speaking of jersey, we got another controversy. A lot of controversies. And this one,
It was a good. It was a
yeah,
good tie-in.
good
Yeah,
tie. Yeah.
maybe I should turn around, and I think I know where we're going.
Yeah,
But
why don't you turn around? Go ahead. Show your Chinese factory made Jack Hughes.
6-year-old made it.
Yeah. Good Lord, Jack Hughes, you've gained weight.
It's Jack Huge.
Well, Jack Hughes, this pretty boy, he's in, would you call it hot water? Yeah. Yeah. Well, in case you guys don't know what we're talking about, this young man, this pretty boy, he was caught at some event. I don't know if it was a concert or whatever it was. And he was doing a hand motion telling these young women to take their bras off as to show off their tits to him. I know a video is worth 1,000 words, so I'm just going to show it to you guys. So here he is on top. You know, he's saying, take your tits out, take your tits out. And there you go. A Yankees game. Oh, dude. For me, that's much more of a controversy that he's wearing a Yankees t-shirt as opposed to the tits stuff. Oh, he's in Jersey. Aren't you?
Yeah.
Are
We
there-
don't have a baseball. We don't have a baseball team in New Jersey, so it's either Yankees or
Oh.
Mets.
Okay, I thought you guys were supposed to hate the New York teams no matter what.
No. Well, here's the thing. You know, when you're from New Jersey, there's a lot more Rangers fans in New Jersey than there are Devils fans, and that's just how it is. Sometimes when you know, so like I'm a Jets fan for baseball, and I'm a Mets fan for Jets fan for football, and Mets fan for baseball.
Yeah.
So the Jets actually do play in New Jersey. So, but I mean, you kind of go with whatever team you want, and they're the closest teams to you.
Okay, I
Now,
see.
going into South Jersey, there's a lot more, you tend to gravitate more towards the Flyers, like all the South Jersey teams, like the Eagles, the 76ers, the Phillies. So
You see,
that's
I'm a Canadians fan, and I hate the Bruins. I hate the Red Sox, which a lot of Quebecers, their favorite baseball team's the Red Sox because there's none from Montreal. But I just hate anything Boston related.
you guys might be getting a team back.
Yeah, true. I even hate the Boston donuts. Forget that they're Boston. They're really sugary and they're really fattening. They go straight to the hips. I don't even like the donuts. But yeah.
What do you mean by Boston? Like the Dunkin' Donuts?
Yeah, no, you know those Boston cream donuts? They're like these
Oh, you don't
chocolate
like
donut.
Boston cream? You don't like Boston cream pie?
Ugh, too
Fuck out
crustardy.
of here. It's too. No, it's just too delicious.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
yeah,
You fucking Frenchie.
yeah. I could like
You
taste
know,
the
I
diabetes.
think. Yeah, I know, and that's what makes it great.
Yeah.
Fucking get the hell out of here. This is not like this is the only good thing from Boston.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Speaking of fast food, I went to Taco Bell. They have like these Dorito flavored tacos. What is wrong with the world?
You just found out about those?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
No, they're listen. Don't knock it till you try it, dude.
You tried it?
I please. I actually had it for dinner tonight. I didn't get any of those. I had a triple double crunch wrap.
What's a crunch wrap?
Dude, do you guys not have fucking Taco Bell in Canada?
We do. I just don't eat. I told you, I'm the type of guy that gets a steak at Applebee's. I don't know what's a crunch wrap.
I know. I know. I know you do. So okay. So a crunch wrap is essentially like a small tortilla, like a hard crunch tortilla with cheese, meat, and all that, and then it's put into a soft shell tortilla,
Yeah.
and then they put lettuce and tomatoes and all that in there, and they fold it up over it with cheese, more cheese because it's America, and then that's an authentic Mexican dish. just like my abuela used to make.
Dude, I don't think there's that much cheese that exists in Mexico. So, yeah. Anyway, but back to the Hughes.
Okay, just one more thing. You know what's funny about Mexican dishes?
Everything.
Is like you like yeah, everything. No, there's a big difference between authentic Mexican and Tex-Mex. And
Yeah.
the big difference is
200 calories.
cheese. There's a lot more cheese in Tex-Mex than there is in an authentic Mexican.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
You got your culinary.
Yeah. Learning culinary skills with Jake. But
uh,
back to the other Jake Hughes. Jack Hughes. Thank you. Is Jack short for something? I keep thinking it's short for something.
See, Jack is actually a nickname for John, but
Oh.
some people do name their kids Jack, and it's weird.
Yeah.
Actually, Jack is also another nickname for Jacob, and like how Jake is, so he could be. I think it's just Jack though.
Okay. Was it Charlie Sheen who named his son Bob, but not Robert? Like his real name was just Bob.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, as for Jack Hughes, it's not the end of the world. He's an 18-year-old acting like an 18-year-old. He's gonna get a little slap on the wrist because you're a first overall pick. There's a lot of eyes on you. There's a lot of attention on you, and you don't want to be doing something like that. And you know what? Fuck that. Because I say he's an 18-year-old acting like an 18-year-old. I wasn't saying that to girls. I wasn't going up to girls saying "show my tits" or "show your tits."
You're not Jack Hughes. That's the thing.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Yeah.
You didn't go first overall and weren't the most coveted free agent and not the draft pick in the history of a franchise.
Yeah.
You didn't. And you know what? Fuck that. This is 2019. Everything's about consent. He was asking them. It's not like he was lifting their shirts up. He was simply asking if they wanted to show their boobs to him.
Yeah, that's true.
If the girls did, God bless them. There's nothing wrong with an 18-year-old wanting to see boobs.
Yeah, no, well said.
Nothing wrong. Yeah. Like he didn't hold the girls down and lift up their shirts.
Yeah.
Just let him be. Come on.
There you go.
He's all about consent.
He's multi-talented, this Jack Hughes. But going from one jersey to another jersey in yet another controversy. We're 3 for 3 here. And this next story is involving the assholes of the NHL, the Carolina Hurricanes. The Carolina Hurricanes have unveiled their new away jerseys for this upcoming season, and it has everyone up in arms. Oh my God, look at that. You're going to see it up on the screen. It is a travesty. And you know how if there's a singer and they wrote a song and you make a song that's really similar and you go to court? I think this jersey is eerily similar to the Rangers jersey. Just the format, the way the letters go across. But it just looks bad. Why couldn't they have their normal home jersey, but flip the red for white and flip the white for red, if that makes any sense? Well, that one's fine.
And that's an older one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple teams that do that.
Yeah. You like it? Oh, no, you like it?
No. I don't know. I don't like the belt, the whole entire thing on the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I like the black jersey.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, the black jersey looks good. It's just
the black jersey and the red jersey.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I don't...
The problem is, like, they did obviously steal from the Rangers a lot because they have the letters going across. Okay, but to my knowledge, Pittsburgh and the Rangers, they write out their full name. They'll write Penguins. What the fuck is Canes? Is it Sugar Cane? Is it Walking Cane? Couldn't they write Hurricane? Yeah, it's a stupid nickname from a stupid fucking franchise who does Disney on Ice celebrations after a game. They're the asshole of the NHL. They handled...
Come on.
They handled this... I don't care. I don't have any fans from Carolina. Carolina doesn't have fans from Carolina. They handled the Sebastian Aho offer sheet like assholes. I've never seen arrogant people like Don Waddell and whoever that dumbass owner is. They basically
the owner that invested into a football franchise, a football league that didn't even last a full season.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't like them.
See, I don't. Come on, like I know you're an old school purist, and you know nobody should be having a good time, but it was nothing wrong what they were doing. They were excited. Did you think the Canes would have been in a playoff, let alone be in the Eastern Conference Finals?
No.
Last year?
Exactly. A real team could have been there. They occupied the place for a real team.
They won all the games that they had to. They were a real team.
Oh, it was such an easy pathway to that final. They got obliterated by Boston.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Was it really an easy pathway?
Yes, it was.
You beat Tits. Okay. This is the first. I feel like this is the first argument we're getting into, ever.
Yeah, go for it.
I like Tim Clark's the Carolina Tropics. I like that. Okay. First round. Who do they have? Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah. Was it Pittsburgh? Washington. Washington.
Was it Washington in the first round?
Yeah, Washington.
I thought Washington was the second round. Let's look up the Carolina Hurricanes.
No. Look, Washington first round, Islanders second round. Get butt fucked by Boston in the Eastern Conference Final.
Okay, so they took out the defending Stanley Cup champions.
Yeah,
and
game 7 or 6 in overtime.
Yeah, and in the beginning of the series, they look like they should not even have been playing in the NHL. They looked like they were in a completely different league in that first game. Then in the second game, through 2 periods, they still looked that same way. And then they came back. They lost that game.
Mm-hmm.
They were down 2-0. But then they actually did start to play better in the third period. Their first game, I didn't see. I never ever seen such sloppy play from an NHL playoff team.
Yeah.
And but then they came back and they beat the defending Stanley Cup champions with probably one of the best players in the league, and in Ovechkin, and possibly the best goalie who goes unnoted with Holtby.
Holtby is overrated.
I don't that I disagree with you on too.
Okay.
But and then they get into the next round, the Islanders, who just swept somebody, who swept I forgot it was Pittsburgh. They beat Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And
okay, look, listen.
No.
Listen.
You listen to me.
Okay, go.
I wasn't expecting you. They beat the Islanders. They swept the Islanders.
Okay.
The Islanders were probably the favorite after all the top teams got eliminated. Islanders had a solid team. And then they let's just say the clock hit midnight on the Cinderella story that was the Hurricanes. Yeah. So that team had every right to be happy and every right to celebrate on the ice like that, because you know what? Not one damn person gave them a shot. They didn't.
They don't deserve.
They're playing a fucking game. They're playing a game. They're getting paid to play a game.
Okay. Let me drop some knowledge. Okay.
I want to hear. I'm going to let you speak now.
Okay. First of all, the Capitals. They beat the Capitals, and the Islanders beat the Penguins. What do the Penguins and the Capitals have in common? They've been playing a fuck ton of hockey in the past 6 years. Okay, so yes, they're very good teams. Yes, they've won cups. They're also worn out. They've been through a lot, and the Capitals are going through a Stanley Cup hangover. But I'll give them credit. They beat them fair and square. They get to the Islanders. Carolina versus the New York Islanders. I can't think of a more boring series. Watching every game, which I did, was painful. I basically had to take the thing from Clockwork Orange and staple my eyes open, because that was some boring hockey, because it's two teams that I judge to be boring, and they beat them. But they didn't beat a good team. They're the Islanders, and they don't even have John Tavares anymore. And Robin Leonard's good, but he's not like a Carey Price or Henrik Lundqvist or Pekka Rinne or that ilk, and the Islanders' defense is garbage. So, yeah, they beat them, and then they got to the Eastern Conference Final, and they got obliterated by the Bruins. But the reason why I hate Carolina, it's all related to that fucking dancing on the ice, fishing, fish flopping, boxing, fish flop on the ice. This is the professional hockey league. You come to games dressed in suits. The only person to not come dressed in a suit was Evander Kane. He came in a fucking tracksuit and he got suspended by his own team. If you're not allowed to do that, why are you allowed to dance like a girl? You said a Cinderella story. They're dancing like Cinderella. That's what I think of the Carolina Hurricanes.
Listen, they're playing a game. They're playing a game. Let them have fun playing a game. You're the type of guy that gets mad during baseball if they flip the bat.
I don't watch baseball, but I'm sure I would. I told you, I don't like celebrations. I like if they score a goal, maybe like this at the most. Lift the hand.
Okay, well, what about when Timo Solani scored that? I think it was just like one of his first goals. He throws the glove up in the air and does the shooting thing.
No, I love Timo. That was stupid. You can't be going around, even some of the stuff that PK does. And actually, that's our next story. Some of the stuff that PK does, as much as I like PK, is sometimes you can't be doing that. It's professional hockey. You can't be going around jumping
exactly doing it on the highest level.
Yeah.
You could get excited and you could showboat a little bit. But back up your showboating. Don't just showboat and that be your only goal of the season.
Yeah. Yeah. The only good part of the Capital series is that Svechnikov got destroyed by Ovechkin. But that's neither here or there. I think the Carolina Hurricanes I don't like the Carolina Hurricanes because they've been a team personally, just because of they've been a thorn in the devil's side for a very long time. Yeah.
So I don't like them, but I don't mind them jumping around. They're playing a game.
Yeah, I do mind, but the thing is, I mind, but that's something that didn't really totally bother me. What bothered me, and I didn't do a video about it, which I regret, is just the way they handled the Sebastian Aho offer sheet. Like, okay,
that's different.
He got offer sheeted. Like, it's a part of business, guys. The Canadians wanted him. He signed. Okay? And the way that Don Waddell comes out with that fucking sour puss on his face, and the way he's talking, the arrogance. He just, you can sense the arrogance off of him. And then the owner comes out and he says, when the Canadians RFAs come out this year, go attack them with offer sheets. Fuck you. That's not how business works. It's not like I poke you so you poke me back. This is business. And they handled it. They're called bunch of jerks. I call them bunch of pussies. I know I'm technically supposed to hate the Leafs since I'm a Canadians fan. I much more hate the Carolina Hurricanes. And you know what's the worst part of all of this? Do you know what's the worst part of all of this?
That the Carolina Hurricanes have a cup in your lifetime?
Yeah. Actually, I started watching hockey a year after they won, so I don't count that. Keep talking for 30 seconds. Keep talking. I'm going to get something.
Well, all right, I want to know what the worst part is of this whole entire Carolina thing. Because I'm shivering with anticipation right now. So yeah, I can't imagine. I don't even know what you're going to do. I have no clue.
All right, the worst part of all of this, they're probably my second least favorite team in all of the NHL. I own their fucking jersey.
What player?
My own player. I put my own name. Actually, I got it as a gift.
Whoa, you owe timeout. So, okay. I have a jersey with my last name on it. I have a Devils jersey with my last name on it. So you mean to tell me you actually bought a Carolina Hurricanes jersey and put your name on it?
No. I got it as a gift. I have a friend from Carolina. Shout out to John. Great guy. He got it as a gift. And I told him, I appreciate the gesture. I hate the Hurricanes. I will probably never wear it. And he said, I don't care. I need to get you this gift. And he got it for me. But no, I would never spend a cent on
an expensive gift.
It is.
John, you're a good friend. And Matt, you're a shitty friend. You should wear it.
I know. Actually, you're right. This is for John.
You put that jersey on right now.
I'm probably gonna die of a heat stroke, but that's okay.
Listen, listen. It's 70 degrees, and I'm wearing a jersey, so you gotta commit and wear a jersey too. And shout out to John. Now, would you ever wear a Bruins jersey?
No. That's like I'm putting this on. The Bruins, they're the dirtiest franchise I've ever seen watching hockey. They're hypocritical. They call out everyone for diving. And their players dive the most. Do you ever see Brad Marchand? He's Olympic quality diver. That's Brad Marchand.
Yeah. No. All right. What other? You probably wouldn't wear a Maple Leafs, right?
Probably not. No, probably not.
What
but
about Senators?
Senators? If the player I really like him, I probably would. There's
Carlson or Jenny Alfredson jersey.
I would wear an Alfie jersey. I really hated the Senators when what's the name of the fat walrus? McLean? Doug McLean? Yeah. Uh-huh. When Doug McLean was coach. Paul McLean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I really hated the Senators. That's when the rivalry with the Canadians was at its peak. And I said I would never... There's 3 teams at the time I said I would never wear their jersey. The Boston Bruins, the Ottawa Senators, and the New York Rangers. I think now...
That's where you and I one time wore it as a joke because a guy at a vendor at a flea market, it's like, put this on real quick. I'm like, you serious? I was like, all right, I'm going to put it on as a goof. And I swear I felt so dirty.
Oh, wow.
But the jerseys, there's jerseys I won't own either. I won't own a Canes jersey. I won't own a Rangers jersey, a Flyers jersey, a Kings jersey. There's I had a few other teams.
Yeah, but hey, all jokes aside, I'm looking at this right now. This is a very beautiful jersey. The amount of detail. I don't know if you guys can see it.
But he got you the good black one with the awesome logo with the Hurricanes flags.
Yeah, I don't know if it appears on camera, but the red stitching, there's like various shadings. It's very well made.
Yeah, he is a good friend of yours.
He's a good friend.
I would probably, you know what, if my friend got me that jersey, I would wear it.
Yeah, I would. Like, I don't like the Carolina Hurricanes, but it's not like the Boston Bruins, where if I wear their jersey, I'll like burn my skin like the fucking acid from Aliens. This, it's bearable. It's bearable.
Would you wear a Penguins jersey?
I would wear, actually, yeah, I would wear it. I've contemplating buy a Mario jersey. I've been contemplating, or a Crosby.
A Mario jersey, I probably would wear.
Yeah,
and I probably would wear a Gretzky Kings jersey.
Yeah, you see, I'm the type, I have a lot of jerseys, but it's not for the team, it's more so for the players. Like, if I really like a player, I'll buy their jersey.
Do you have any jerseys you're kind of like, why did I buy? Why did I buy this? So like, buyer's remorse?
That's a good question.
I don't think I have any hockey that are like that. I love football that are like that.
I don't think so. I don't think I have any. No, I don't have any. I guess the only one I regret, but it's not for the player. I got a Jamie Benn jersey, and this is right when the Dallas Stars switched to those bright green jerseys. And I saw it, and I'm like, okay, I gotta have this. I got a Jamie Benn one, but the store where I get it from, they're called Hockey Experts. They get the jersey, and they get the numbers separately, and then they stitch the numbers on the jersey. And so they had the Dallas jersey, and I said, can you stitch number 14? Give me a Jamie Benn jersey. They said, sure, but we're all out of Dallas Stars numbers. But what they do have, they had Montreal Canadiens numbers, because the Montreal Canadiens numbers, they're blue and white, but they will only use the white part and put on a Dallas Stars jersey. But it looks okay. It kind of looks weird. I think I would have preferred Dallas Stars numbers. Yeah, I think that's the only one I regret a little bit.
You should have said, well, no, I want Tampa Bay Lightning numbers.
Yeah.
Just make them. Just tell them like, all right, this is what I want. I want a San Jose Sharks jersey, right? Yeah. With the Flames numbers on the shoulder, on the sleeves, right?
Yeah.
I want one half of the numbers to be the Tampa Bay Lightning, and then I want my name done in all different, different what's it called, numbers.
Yeah.
And then I want the other half, like letters. Yeah. And then I want the other half to be the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Make that happen, somebody.
Max Cossi says, imagine being a grown man playing in the NHL, being forced to jump around like babies after win. Tim Clark says, they paid $6 million for a late first rounder. Who's that he's talking about for the Carolina Hurricanes? $6 million. I don't know, I'm drawing a blank. If you can specify that.
Yeah.
$6 million for a late. Oh, are they talking about Aho? Sebastian? No, he was a second rounder. Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. But hey, I gotta say, I need to take this jersey off because I'm sweating more than Phil Kessel after morning skate. Give me a second here.
That is a lot of sweat.
It's not. I'm not doing it because it's the Hurricanes. I'm really hot. All right. Why don't? Yeah. Why don't we move on to our next story here? And this involves, I hope there's a lot of Canadiens fans, because this involves an ex-Hab, PK Carl Subban. Yeah, he's getting engaged to Lindsey Vonn. Congratulations. Yeah, I thought they were engaged too. She has a thing for black gentlemen. I looked at her past boyfriends list. There's a lot of the black gentleman variety. Nothing against them, I like the blacks as much as. Take it away, Jake.
Do you like black gentlemen?
Yeah. Well, when Subban was with the Canadiens, and this is 100% true, I loved him so much. People actually thought I wanted to go gay for him, and
no, I'm one of those people.
Yeah, he's one of those people.
I'm one of those people. I'm convinced that he wanted to go gay for PK Subban.
Yeah. I remember in undergrad, I was talking to these girls and how I wanted to like just have a drink with Subban because he seems like an interesting guy. And they're basically like, "Oh, you want to put Subban's balls in your mouth?" Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's not what I said.
Listen. See, this is the problem with you.
What is it?
You'll just say like, like somebody's. You couldn't just say, "Oh, Subban just looks like a cool guy," and you just said to say, "I want to go have a drink with him." That just sounds like
It
you're up
doesn't.
to no good.
You don't.
It
Would you?
kind of does.
Would you want to
All
have a
right,
drink
when
with
you
me?
say I want to have a drink with. I mean, maybe for that reason. And I don't drink. I just get you all nice and loosey goosey.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Nah, there's nothing wrong. He's a cool person.
No, I think the way he's. It's like, yeah, no, he's. I think maybe the way you came off and said it, like you should have said, PK seems like the type of guy I'd like to grab a beer with.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe the way you said it, I wanna drink a martini with him or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember.
Maybe you shouldn't have said maybe you shouldn't have ended. And I also want to play footsie with him at the bar.
Oh boy. Yeah, but listen, back to Lindsay. What's her name? Lindsay Shannon.
Lindsay Vaughn.
Back to Lindsey Vonn and PK Subban. Am I the only one getting annoyed by this? Like, there's this really, really famous disc jockey, radio show host in Montreal.
I wanted to say what interracial marriage, you bigot.
No, nothing against interracial. I love interracial as much as the next guy.
So you just want people to be with other different people, so you're like a reverse Hitler.
Hey, Jake, I'm not good with this PC shit. Like every other sentence, I offend someone.
Your microaggressions are really getting to me now, Matt.
Yeah. No, that guy I'm talking about, Mitch Melnick, he stopped following Subban on Instagram because he had this video of him in bed with Lindsey Vonn, and nothing sexual. They were just talking, and he's like, okay, that's a little bit too TMI. And he stopped following him. And I'm almost at that point where I'm like, Subban, I get it. You're in a relationship. You're with Lindsey Vonn. She's hot. She has a nice body. She has a nice ass. I want to lick that ass. But, like, stop posting it all over internet. Am I wrong, Jake?
No.
Okay. You also want to lick her ass?
No, you're not. I know you are wrong.
I am wrong.
Yeah, you are wrong.
Why am I wrong?
Let him be. Let him be.
Let
him be PK. Let him do whatever it is that he's gonna do, because PK Subban is eventually going to be holding up a Stanley Cup on New Jersey ice.
No.
And him and Mrs. Lindsay Subban is going to be, she'll be just as important part of that team as he will be.
PK Subban will probably never win a cup. You hear me?
Just because he rained on your parade. Yeah. I don't think you'll ever see a cup in your lifetime in Montreal. There, I said it.
That's very, very probable, actually. Hey, it's hard to win. It's hard to win cups. One thing I will know, that the Toronto Maple Leafs aren't going to see a cup for another couple of years. This is a video I'm still writing up my notes for, but I'm going to make a video of why the Toronto Maple Leafs will not win a cup in the next 10 years, because they're paying $10 million plus on like 3 guys if Marner eventually signs. That's crazy. You can't win a cup that way. More to come later. But, Subban, just the way he rubs. Actually, I'm not going to go into it because it's going to open a can of beans.
You know what, though? He's in a big market. Like, I know Montreal is, but Montreal's more of a, the classy players. Jean Beliveau and Maurice Rocket Richard. All those type of players.
Dale Weiss.
The Danish Gretzky.
Sorry, I threw you off.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But now he's in New Jersey, where it's, The everything kind of changed a little bit, like as far as just the culture in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Lou Lamoriello would have signed a player like PK Subban.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not.
No.
No. You know, PK Subban, my aunt's friend, she was involved in the fur coat business, and PK Subban was one of her clients. And me and my cousin actually gave her posters of PK and asked if she can ask him to sign them. And he never did it. I don't know if it's because he didn't want to or if it's because the friend never gave it to him. But yeah, I hold a grudge, PK. I want those signatures. We gave you the fur coats. Where are the signatures? Anyway, you know what it looks like when Subban and Lindsey Vonn make out?
A yin yang?
No, this. You'll see it later. It's basically a chocolate swirl ice cream. Okay, next story. What? Both sides, I'm making them ice cream. I can't be racist. Both sides are ice cream. Next up, Mitch Marner. Yeah, fuck this. I'm sick of talking about Mitch Marner. We're going to go to our next story.
Fourth week, I think.
Yeah.
The fourth week. Oh, there's your racist ice cream. This is the fourth week in a row that we've discussed Mitch Marner.
Yeah.
I'm like really getting tired of this guy.
Yeah, I hadn't realized, but I completely agree with
Let him go
you.
to his fucking Swedish fucking elite fucking beer league or whatever. Just let him go. Just fucking stop it already.
Yeah. No.
Stop it.
Fuck
That's
it.
all.
Yeah,
That's
you're completely right. Marner's going to Switzerland, wherever the fuck, Uzbekistan for all I care.
Yeah, and fucking go play in a fucking house league in goddamn fucking Edison, New Jersey. I don't give a shit.
No, you're completely 100% right. I'm glad that you said that because he's really like he's like the Kardashians of hockey, where I hear about him all the time. I don't want to hear about it. Sportsnet makes a video of him every day. It's funny because today they made a video of Austin Matthews, and I commented, "What's up? You guys ran out of Marner material?" And it got so many likes. I'm at the top of the comment section.
Because everyone's getting tired of hearing about it.
Yeah, basically. And
they're literally beating a dead horse.
And I gotta imagine if I were a Maple Leafs fan, and I know I'm not, but if I were to be in a Maple Leafs fan skin, I think I would get fed up. I would.
Oh, I'd be too.
Yeah. So let's move on. We're not good. Go ahead.
A couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm not gonna give any more attention to him. We've done enough. I'm excited to talk about this next story because you're actually a big fan of goalies, if I'm not mistaken. You played goalie.
I am.
You like the goalie position. Are you familiar with Aaron Dell? That's a no. Okay. Aaron Dell, he's basically the backup. He's the backup goalie for the San Jose Sharks. And there's nothing too special going on about him, except that he got these new pads. And I think these might be the sickest pads and like gloves and blocker that I've seen in the NHL. And I'm going to put a picture up. They're all black and they've got this shark logo on them. And I think that in action they'd look sick. And I like to pay attention to shit like this. So there's the story. What do you think of it, Jake? Okay. Yeah. They're completely black. Yeah. Awesome set of pads. A lot of people, they say that goalies should wear white pads, but it's not a conservative thing. It's actually because they say that wearing white pads makes the 5-hole look smaller than it actually is. So players will tend not to shoot there because the white color of the pads kind of blends in with the ice. It's kind of hard to say, but I remember there's this year where Carey Price, he wore these, he had white pads and then he went to like these really weird red pads and he reverted back to the white pads like immediately after because he sucked with the red pads. I don't think it'd make that much a difference for a goalie if they go to being like Carey Price. If they go to being Carey Price to like Scott Darling, just with pads. But yeah, just a cute little story there.
I didn't know. I guess because of the color.
Yeah.
Like I've actually heard that stick tape, like using white stick tape over black stick tape or something, because they'll give off the illusion.
Yeah, sure.
But no, those are sick pads.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to get a goalie mask made, what designs would you do?
Oh, what designs? That's a good question. Oh, fuck.
Boom.
I'd probably put PK Subban on it. I would.
With hearts.
With hearts.
And your face on the other pad.
Yeah.
So.
I'd probably put my favorite porn star, Alexis Texas. I don't know who else I'd put on it.
I would probably do a play on like my name, and I would probably do like Zelda's Link.
Yeah, that could be good.
I already have like the idea, but I'd want it all painted like in 8-bit like form, like from like Nintendo.
Yeah.
And stuff. Like I'm not a huge Zelda fan, but like just for the namesake.
Yeah.
Like Jim Carrey, the goalie used to play for the Bruins and the Washington Capitals. He actually had his mask.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah. No, like he had his mask from Jim Carrey.
Oh. So.
Yeah.
Like the actor Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that's who he had on his mask.
Okay. But the goalie wasn't Jim Carrey. There was a separate guy.
The goalie was not. The goalie's name was Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Okay.
But he wasn't Jim Carrey.
He wasn't Jim Carrey. Got it.
You don't know that. Oh, I mean, I know he was probably like 97, 98 when he was actually like he had a couple good years.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah. Jim Carrey's a real NHL goaltender.
Yeah.
But not the Jim Carrey.
Not the Jim Carrey. The only reason... Not Ace Ventura. The only reason I know about the goalie, Jim Carrey, is because you wouldn't happen to know Jacques Demers.
His name sounds familiar.
Okay, he was a panelist on RDS, which is the Canadians' French network. And I knew him when I was young because he didn't know how to read. And I always found it weird that he had this stack of like information in front of him, because I basically thought like, how can he read that? Because it's out there that he doesn't know how to read. But anyway, he once accidentally called Carey Price Jim Carrey, and when I was young, I thought that was the funniest thing ever. Like Jim Carrey is so different from Carey Price. I know there's a Carey, but yeah, I like it. I think it's hilarious when when Don Cherry messes up player's name, and
especially there's like a whole montage of
on
YouTube.
Yeah, there's this montage. Seriously, guys, look it up. It's like 45 minutes long. It's just him messing up player's name.
If you ate Taco Bell and you have to take a disgusting long shit, just Google Don Cherry messing up players' names. Yeah,
you guys won't regret it. He called Oliver Ekman Larson Oliver Lawson Tossum. He called Alex Galchenyuk Alex Delchukluk. Delchukluk.
Delchukluk. Well, let me tell you about Alex Delchukluk.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the name of the jerky house over in Saskatchewan. Alex is Delchukluk.
Oh my god.
The jerky house in comedy.
And you know how the video is set up in a way that they show the player's name, then they show the correct pronunciation, then they'll show Don Cherry's pronunciation. And so they show the name, it's Ellis, Ryan Ellis. And I'm here thinking, how on earth does he mess up Ellis? And Don Cherry, believe it or not, called Ellis Essel. He mixed up the L's and the S's. And
it's funny because when I see Ellis, I always think Eliash.
Oh, that's less of a stretch than Essel.
Yeah, it just just all the letters right there. And I see that, I know it's Ellis, and
Yeah, and someone was on Spitting Chicklets. I think it was Sean Burke. I might be wrong. He was talking about Don Cherry, and he would say that he purposefully messes up the names to basically troll people. And I always knew this for a fact. I always had a feeling that he would mess them up on purpose just to piss people off. He's that type of guy. I love Don. I absolutely love Don. It's my favorite.
He's like the one person I would love to have interviewed on this show.
Oh yeah, I would give anything.
It's like a ton of people, but like I was like,
Yeah.
Like if he came on, he'd probably have to learn how to use a computer.
Yeah.
Because he seems like he wouldn't be the type to just.
He'd be like, "What is this? How does this work?"
Yeah.
My favorite Don Cherry.
What is this Skype? Who's the sin bin? Like you're trying to call the sin bin.
It's my favorite.
Why is there a fat guy in a Devils jersey on your screen?
It's my favorite Don Cherry moment.
What?
By the way, love Don Cherry. He's like partially the reason why I'm sitting here today. My favorite all-time Don Cherry moment. I've said it in a video. So he's with Ron McLean, and he's talking about a game that he attended, and the puck flips up into the stand and hits this woman in the face. Sorry about that. So Don Cherry goes, "So I was attending a game there at Red Deer, and the puck goes up, it flips up, hits this poor lady in the face, hits her in the face. Kids, when you go to the games, always keep your eyes on the puck, because I've seen some awful smacks, and it's always a woman yapping away." He just had to throw in, "It's always a woman." And
what are the...
Oh,
my favorite... No, keep going.
Ron McLean, I think you're going to ask this. Ron McLean, who's like very like liberal, very PC. He all of a sudden, he's like, "What are you talking about? All fans, not just women." And look it up. It's hilarious, Jake.
No, you know what? And I believe it because I've seen Ron McLean's face on when he gets on these rants. There was the one where he was talking about women in dressing rooms. Ron McLean's like, "You would let your daughter in." He just started, but the look on Ron McLean's face was like, priceless.
Oh, Don and Ron. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Now my favorite. I forget. There was a player who was finally inducted into the number was retired by the Montreal Canadiens.
Guy Lapointe.
Guy Lapointe. It's about damn time. I thought he was gonna be dead.
Yeah, he said I thought he was gonna be dead. I love him. And there's this other good moment. You can check off compilations, but earlier on in the beginning of their career, they honestly hated each other. And I don't think it was a show. I don't think it was for the cameras. They genuinely despised each other. And I think over time they've become friends. But back in the beginning, Don's talking to Ron, and Ron, he goes on his little spiel, and then Don turns to him and he's like, I think that's like sounds good. It sounds. How about this? The next time we do Coach's Corner, could you not eat a Caesar salad? He's basically saying how bad his breast is. And Ron McLean goes, "Oh, that was pesto." And then he's like, "Whatever it is, don't eat it." It's hilarious. And then you know how he ends it with a joke? Ron McLean says this joke that even I don't understand. And I'm not like a confused 80-year-old man. He ends it with this joke, and Don Cherry's just like, I don't quite get that. No. And it just ends on this awkward silence. Anyway, I love Don Cherry.
It's great. Him and I share a birthday.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. I would be honored.
February 5th.
You know what?
Yeah, no, I am. I tell people, it's like Hank Aaron, my mom, my nephew, Roger Staubach, and Don Cherry.
Oh.
And Trayvon Martin.
That is so cool. I hate to go back to the subject.
Share a birthday with Trayvon Martin.
Yeah, well, as Marshall speaking about Don Cherry, I don't know who's Tyrone Martin. But,
Don Cherry.
Oh, yeah.
Trayvon that was shot, the kid that was shot by George Zimmerman.
Oh, okay. Shit. You know what? I hate to go back to the subject. I'm actually born on the same day as PK Subban. So hey, maybe it's meant to be.
Maybe.
We're gonna get to our
Happy
main.
birthday. When they sing happy birthday to you, do you say, when they say happy birthday, Matt, you go, MPK?
We're gonna move on to our discussion here on our favorite lineups, our favorite active lineups.
No, okay. Not active. You did active?
Oh, did you? That's fine. That's fine. I did
I
active.
did. You did active. Okay.
Okay,
Well,
listen.
I did mine. Okay.
Yeah,
We both did. We both kind of did two different ones then.
yeah. Jake and I had an idea. We were kind of inspired from Martin St. Louis. If you guys have listened to last week's show, St. Louis basically did an all-time lineup of Tampa Bay Lightning players. So as you see on the screen, he paired Stamkos with Vinny and Kucherov, basically all of his favorite players, and made a lineup out of them. And we wanted to do something similar, but instead of limiting it to the Tampa Bay Lightning, we did the whole NHL. So I guess Jake, he's doing all-time. I only did current players.
No, I'm doing all-time players
Yeah.
that have been active since I've been alive.
Okay. So
I mean, I'm not choosing like Maurice Rocket Richard. I'm not choosing, Ken Dryden or anything like that.
yeah.
These are all players that since I've been alive and I've actually gotten a chance to see, and since I've been on this earth.
Yeah. So, yeah, he goes active as long as he's been alive. I just I did currently after this NHL season. So that's, oops, sorry, pressed the wrong button. So that's what I did. And I'm going to let you start. I need to get a drink because my throat is drier
All right.
than the Sahara Desert.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go something else. All right. So I'm going to do my first line. I have on the left wing Alexander Ovechkin. I don't think that's a far stretch just because of who he is, and that guy dominates the left hash marks in the circle on a power play. So that I have is Alexander Ovechkin on the left side. My center is the great one.
Fuck.
I mean, you can't do one of these all-time lineups and that I'm doing since I've been alive, and you cannot not have Wayne Gretzky in it. So that's Alexander Ovechkin, Wayne Gretzky at center, and then Jaromir Jagr filling out the first line of forwards on the right wing. I mean, Jagr, time in, time out, has proved that he's probably one of the best right wingers to ever play the game. And I have to say, I left a lot of people off this list just because they're, if you could only have four centers, and you see that who's on here, and so I'm gonna get to my second line. Matt, you're back?
Yeah, I'm back. Go ahead.
Okay. Any comments on my first line?
Nope. You had Ovechkin, Gretzky, and who's the other one? Jagr. Excellent. Can't argue any of those choices, really.
No, that is a great first line. Yeah. Then my second line, Solani on the left side.
Okay.
Mario Lemieux in the middle, and Yari Curry. So I have a Canadian and two Finns.
So why did you pair Curry with Lemieux as opposed to Gretzky?
I was just pretty much going with who's going to be like the best players in my opinion. So Yari Curry, obviously probably one of the best Swedish players to ever play. I mean, Finnish players to play with Solani, who is also. That was just kind of just trying to go like, I always like speed, and those two guys had speed.
Yeah.
And Mario, I think, brings a little bit of size to that line.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go to my third line. I have Jerome McGinley, Crosby, and Brett Hull.
Okay.
I think that's Brett Hull brings some size. Crosby brings some just overall skill, and Iggy brings some size.
Yeah, okay. I'm a little bit surprised from Iginla, but I don't necessarily disagree. I love Iginla.
And then this one, I actually did change. I actually had Kovalchuk on the left side on the fourth line. But
Really?
then I went looking around, and maybe it was a little bit of bias. But I have Peter Bondra on the left side, Connor McDavid in the middle, and Pavel Bure on the right.
That's a
That's the
lot of
fourth line.
speed.
That would be
That's a lot of
yeah, that
speed.
is a ton. With all of them, Bondra, McDavid, and Bure.
Yeah.
Like that is just that that's a fourth line that I think any NHL team would take that as their first line any day.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then my defensemen, I have Niedermeyer and Chelios.
Okay.
Niedermeyer, I think, was probably one of the best defensemen I've ever seen play. The
Okay.
guy could move the puck. The guy was fast. You don't really see it. Chelios too. Chelios being kind of the same type of players. So that's that. Then I have my second defensive pairing. I have Stevens and Eric Carlson.
I was
Stevens,
anticipating Stevens.
yeah, I wanted to put him on the line with Niedermeyer, but I was just trying to go with who I felt was the better. Stevens has always been a hard hitting defenseman.
Yeah.
And Eric Carlson, he's probably one of the best in the league right now. So,
Yeah.
and then I have, see, I kind of went a little New Jersey heavy on defensemen, but that's to be expected.
Yeah.
I have Rafalski and Leach.
You know what? Rafalski is one of the most underrated players ever. People don't talk about him. I heard Crosby being interviewed by the Chicklets, and he said that when they were playing Detroit, I believe it was Detroit in the playoffs, one defenseman that he had a lot of trouble playing against was Brian Rafalski. So
That guy could quarterback a power play beautifully.
yeah.
And my goalies, I have the starting goalie is Dominic Hasek.
Yep.
And my backup goalie, and now you could do a three, but my backup goalie is Martin Brodeur. I think Hasek personally was a better goalie.
Really?
Wah or Brodeur. Yeah.
I see.
I think Hasek. I know a lot of people are going to give me shit, but Hasek took a team that had no business being anywhere near a Stanley Cup and took them to a Game 6 with Buffalo. That guy did, and you can look up highlight reels. You can look up highlight reels of all three of those goalies going, and that's not disrespecting Watt or Brodeur, as far as because you could put them in any order, and you'd be 100% right.
Yeah.
But Hasek, I think, was possibly the greatest goalie I've ever seen play.
Right. I completely agree. Tim Thomas, I always thought he's had a pretty similar style to Dominic Hasek, and then it got me thinking, whatever happened to Tim Thomas? It's like he won the cup in 2011, then he just dropped off the face of the universe. Is that just me?
Well, no, he did go play for he went to go play for Dallas.
Oh, that's right. He played for Dallas. Oh yeah.
Don't forget, he was older when he was in the NHL. He didn't get into the NHL. He didn't start playing it was like a 30-year-old rookie.
It's something like that. I think he played in Finland.
Yeah.
I used to, when I was younger, my dad would get me the hockey news magazines, and I remember in one issue the players would give their pregame meals, and Tim Thomas eats like 2 cheeseburgers before every game. That's his pregame ritual. So there you have it. Are you done with your lineup? Do you have anything else to add?
I mean, I had a few honorable mentions, but there was just so many centers, great centers. I wanted to add Mike Modano. I wanted to add Mark Messier. I wanted to,
Yeah.
I was, Patrick Marleau. I think he could have been in there. There was just so much, like Keith Kachuk.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
but you know what? Yeah, I could not add though. But you know what? I know there was probably a miscommunication, but I'm actually curious to see compare your list to my list and just see how different they are.
yeah, yeah. There is a lot of differences because obviously the time range is different, but
You you and I are both gonna have McDavid, and we're both gonna have Crosby.
that's not
I'm
wrong.
almost
That's
I'm
not wrong.
almost positive
Yeah.
there's probably gonna be an Carlson on there.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But first, though, you said Mike Modano. I heard some crazy story about Mike Modano. So, I posted a video about another Mike Babcock, and Mike Commodore. Yeah, another Mike Commodore was talking about Bathcock and how much he despises this human being. Please check out that video. I know the audio sucks, but he was basically saying the story of how when Mike Modano, he was at the tail end of his career. He was at the twilight of his career. He was with the Detroit Red Wings, and he was close to some milestone. I think it was like 700 games or 800 games, or maybe even 1,000 games. He was like one game away from this milestone, and the season was ending, and Mike Bathcock benched him. Like, just so he, I don't know, just so he doesn't get to that milestone. And yeah, if that's true, and if he just benched him for that reason, if there's no other motive, you're a piece of shit, Mike Bathcock.
Yeah, that is a dick move.
Yeah. He does have the word cock in his name, so there you go.
Yeah.
He has the cleanest cock in the league.
Babcock sounds like something that a hooker does to you. Yo, baby, it'll be $30 for me to bab your cock.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know why that made me that made me think of something. I was talking to a friend about Post Malone, and I was thinking, how do these rappers, whatever you want to call them, how do these rappers come up with their rapper name? Like, what the fuck is Post Malone?
And my rap name is Missing Link, and that's for obvious reasons. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense because your name is Jake Link. But what the hell? Where's this Post come from? And then my friend said, yeah, why didn't he call himself Pre Malone? Because pre is the opposite of post. And then I don't know why the word Pre Malone sounds oddly sexual. Like, oh, I'm about to Pre Malone. But anyway. Why don't we move up to my lineup? And my lineup, my lineup is a lot of similarities. So I got Ovechkin, top line, left wing. He's gonna play with McDavid and McKinnon. So yeah, McKinnon's a center. There's obviously a lot of good centers in the NHL this year. So I kind of had to move him over to the right wing. The thing is, yeah. Yeah, for sure. The only thing is that McDavid and McKinnon, I think they're the two fastest, like 1 and 2, McDavid, McKinnon. The two fastest players in the NHL with the puck. Ovechkin at the age he is, and the weight he is, he's going to have a little bit trouble following them. But obviously a guy of his talent, he'll just go to the right place, right time, and rip those one-timers. Next off, we got Gaudreau, Crosby, and Kucherov. You know, obviously three of the most skilled players in the NHL this year. I wonder what Crosby and Kucherov would look like, but I just salivate at the mouth thinking of it. Next, kind of an off-the-board pick, but I like Bergeron in the third role. I think that he has good defensive IQ. He'll take some of those face-offs. Playing him with Panarin and Kane, they'll put up some points on the board. And last off, we got Barkov, Rantanen, and I almost picked another Finnish player to make a Finnish line, but I actually went with Andrew Desjardins. Did you hear about this player, Jake? I'll tell you right off. Okay, he's nothing to do with Eric Desjardins. It's a stupid pick. It's me trying to make a joke. I picked Desjardins because he's very unique. He's one of the only players in NHL history to actually wear number 69. I think there's like 2 other guys. Yeah, he's not that good at hockey, but he has number 69. So he's going to look a little out of place playing with Barkov and Rantanen, but hey, what do you want? Next off, for defense, I got Hedman and Burns. And then I had Carlson and John Carlson. Eric Carlson and John Carlson, just so I can confuse the audience. Plus, they're 2 of like the best defensemen in the NHL. And then wrapping. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, boy. I would actually, if I found one for a decent price, I would buy it. I don't care. And I have the Doug Glatt jersey, so big fan of 69. Big fan of 69. Yeah. Yeah. What is it? Why is that dirty?
Because it looks like the 3 is fucking the 7 from behind.
Okay.
That's the other dirty number.
Okay. So why not anything with it ending in a 3? Does anything that ends with the 3 is dirty?
33 is 2 dudes fucking each other.
Oh, okay.
No. Every time you look at a 33, you're going to go, oh, that's just 2 dudes fucking each other.
Yeah. What sucks is that on NHL, the video games, when you create your own player, excuse me, when you create your own player, you can't decide your number. Say you get traded to a team. Okay, how am I going to say this? Sorry. Say I'm number, what is it?
You can choose your number, but if you get traded to a team and like that number's already
there,
taken,
you go.
They'll give you like the next number.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, if your number's already taken, you can't choose another one. They'll decide for you. And that sucks because I always wanted number 68 like Yager, but I didn't want to be stuck with 69 if another player had it because I can't play with number 69.
Is that your number? Is that the number you use?
Sometimes. I use 13 because it's my birthday. I also use 9.
I use 25 for my birthday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember Tommy. Tommy once asked me why Yager wore number 68, and I said, was the number 69 not available? I was trying to make him laugh, and then he's just like...
It's something to do with his uncle or something dying in the fucking...
It's something like history related.
Log or something.
Yeah, he's like, no, when the wall was built and da-da-da-da-da, and I'm just like, okay, he did not take that as a joke.
I do remember that.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. How long have we been going? 1 hour and 20 minutes. All right, so we're going to continue for maybe 5 minutes. We only got 3 people in the chat. Kind of a quiet night. Yeah, anyone who wants to call in or message or ask any questions, now's your last chance to ask questions. So go ahead, fire it up. Otherwise, I'm going to stop it in a few minutes. Jake, do you have any plans this weekend or what's up?
I'm just gonna drive, do Lyft and make some money.
Oh,
money. Yeah.
So you're part of the Ubers, right?
I do Lyft and Uber. Lyft is another rideshare service. Apparently, from what I'm gathering, it's not as international as Uber, but I do also do Uber. But I prefer Lyft. They pay more. It seems like it's more popular over here.
Okay, good.
So also that, and probably end up at some theme park or something with the little one and the wife, and
yeah.
You
know what?
What?
Sorry to interrupt you. My friend, he's part of Uber Eats, back in Canada.
Okay.
And I have another friend who asked him, do you guys ever eat from the food that you're delivering? And to my big surprise, he said, yeah. He's done it once. He was delivering French fries and a Big Mac and a soda. He took from the French fry. He ate the French fry. Then he got thirsty. He took a sip of the guy's Coke. and then he just gave it to him as if there was nothing. And there's people like that. I told him it's because of people like you that I hate the world. That's horrible.
I want to say it is horrible, but I don't know if I would be above that. I think like my first couple rides, I wouldn't be taking fries. My one friend, he was a pizza delivery guy. He'd actually take like a slice of pizza out of my fucking pie.
No.
He was coming to my house.
Well, at least he's your friend.
Yeah, no. But he used to tell me he used to like eat the pepperonis off the people's pizza.
Yeah. This motherfucker took a French fry and washed it down with his soda. That's horrible.
No, you know what? The French fry, yeah, but then
yeah,
you kind of cross the line when you take a drink.
Yeah, that's the French fry. I think most people can live with. It's the drink that it's like, ooh.
Yeah, it's like, and then I was still hungry, so I took a bite out of his Big Mac.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny. That would be funny.
Yeah. Well, if nothing else, I think this is a good place to stop it. Yeah. Thanks for you guys who stuck around in the chat. So Scotty 2 Habs, Talking Habs, if you're still there. Tim Clark, Max Cossi. And yeah, Tim Clark. Thank you for being there, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys are the loyal fans, and you guys are the ones that are gonna, we'll remember you guys when we're all big. And we're on the NHL Sirius XM channel or something.
Yeah, so, thank you for being there. And again, any questions you want to ask me, Canadians questions, email me. I will make a video dedicated to that questions. No joke. And, as per usual, thanks for sticking around. Every Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got the Sin Bin Hockey Podcast. As of now, it's always going to be that time. And follow me on Twitter at the Sin Bin 1996. My name is Matt. Keep your stick on the ice.